Hi guys, I am doing a tutorial on how I apply my makeup. The reason why I'm doing this is not because I think I'm an expert or that I think I'm even good at it, but because I did a blog or a vlog or whatever you want to call it earlier about my poor skin complexion and my skincare routine. I spoke about how it break out in blemishes. I've always had acne problems and what I do to control that. So the next step up is to show you how I apply my makeup, because people with acne, even people with mild breakouts, whatever, you always get really bad results when you have a breakout. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, the dry skin on the top, or God forbid you have previously popped it or picked it or whatever and you have a scab or whatever. So, which is probably why they tell you not to pick, which I spoke about that before too. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how I apply makeup. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I don't even think that I do a great job at it. I'm an amateur, if you really want me to be honest. But this is what I do. So first thing that I've learned, that if you're going to wear makeup for an extended amount of time, like a few hours and on, if you're going to work, whatever, you want to get yourself a foundation. I mean a primer. I use all drugstore brands. I use Maybelline, L'Oreal, things like that. I don't use any of your high-end makeups like Urban Decay, NYX, whatever, which is what you see a lot of on YouTube. I use drugstore brand named things, and I actually get my stuff at Walmart. So here we go. I use Rimmel Fix and Perfect Foundation Primer 001. I got this at Walmart. It's a few dollars. It's not, I mean, it's gonna last you for a while. It is tinted, but it doesn't go on tinted. If you can see, it does have like a tint to it. It's almost like a pinkish tint. It's hard to tell on that. It's almost like a pinkish tint, but it is tinted. I am not going to apply this on because it is almost 9 o'clock at night, and I'm going to bed soon, so I'm not going to use a primer. However, if I were going off for the day, I would use a primer. Okay. So the foundation that I use is only powder-based foundation. I do not use liquid foundation. As I had said in my previous blog, I have very oily skin, and you don't want to do, and if you do too, you don't want to do anything that's going to enhance the oil production in your skin. You do not want to use liquid foundation, not in my opinion at least. I have the same kind of coverage, the same kind of last with powder foundation. I'll never go back to using the liquid. I use Physicians Formula in Buff Beige. That's what I use. Physicians Formula is kind of expensive, but it's no more expensive than any kind of foundation. Your average foundation is going to be at least, and at best, $10. I think this was 13 or 11, something like that. So, it's going to last the same amount, it's the same coverage, it's the same price. Physicians Formula, it's the best. It's best for your skin. So, I'm going to apply foundation, and I only use these brushes. This is, actually I got this from Bare Essentials back in the day when I ordered from them, but you can find brushes for much cheaper, they do the same thing, for a couple bucks. The only thing that I liked about Bare Essentials is that they taught me the perfect technique for applying powder foundation. You dip, you swirl, and you tap. And then you apply. I start at my forehead, I work my way down because powdered formula does tend to fall, and I would rather it fall and reuse it on the rest of my face than fall on my shirt and I can't use it again. So I start on the forehead. So you just want to, I guess I could probably do this with the camera. You want to start with your forehead and really work it in. I avoid my eyes just because it is powder based, and I feel like I'm going to apply, oh crap, I forgot to do my, well, I'll do that next. Okay, so Don't forget to get past your jawline. My jawline's kind of hard to see because I'm kind of chubby. But I do have one. Make sure you get past it and blend it in. And rule of thumb, when you buy foundation, make sure you get your skin tone. Nothing is worse than a mask. And this camera, it really kind of stinks for seeing the progress. So I will post before and after pictures on my blog. We can look at them then. There. It'll be easier to see because this camera, although at first I thought it was amazing considering what I had, it's really not that good. Okay, so what I forgot to do was concealer. Hello, it's the most important thing if you have blemishes. I actually am pretty good so right now with blemishes. The only thing that I would use concealer on are my eyes. That's because my eyes tend to tear up a lot and I have a lot of redness in the corners of my eyes. So I will use this. Again, I'm not going to use it right now because I'm going to take my makeup off right after the tutorial anyway. So you use your concealer. The only thing I want to say to you about your concealer is if you use a stick like this, even if you use a liquid one, which again, I'm against, but if you whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're going to use your concealer, a little dab will do ya. That is my motto with applying makeup. Eye makeup, foundation, whatever. You can always add more if you need it, but it's harder to take away without having to wash off your whole face. So if you're going to use your concealer, you just need to dab it. Just dab it. And dab it a little harder if you need to, and then just dab it in. Don't rub because you're going to rub it off. Don't, put a whole clump on because then you're going to look uneven. And if you do use concealer, only make sure that it matches your skin tone and only use it on the spots that you need it. Why clog your pores and apply it all over your face if you really don't need to? I mean, if you have really uneven skin coloring, skin tone, you do what you need to do to make yourself feel more confident about what you're wearing. But if you're having one of those days that you're feeling pretty even, leave it. Just dab what you need. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Okay.